tonight. The Friday night,
while the team is this competitive and this strong, like, the atmosphere is second to none.
That could be the ticket to the OHL final.
There's still a lot of work to be done, for sure. We have to finish this series first.
A pivotal match in what's been a powerful playoff run for the Kitchener Rangers. Pothole Patrol.
Kitchener has filled thousands of potholes so far this year.
An especially brutal year.
This year we've more than doubled our material and staff resources to accommodate.
For a seasonal struggle. Plus, downtown discontent.
Yeah, I hope that we're able to overcome, to push through.
How a major revitalization is taking a toll in Guelph.
Good evening. The Kitchener Rangers are just one win away from a berth in the OHL finals. The Blue Shirts playing host to the Windsor Spitfires tonight at the Odd, looking to close out this series. That's where we find CTV's Colton Weens live with us tonight. And Colton, we're about an hour away from puck drop. I was just about to ask you if it's getting busy, and I can see the gates have been opened now.
Tony, I got here at 5:30. I struggled to find parking at 5:30. These people have been sitting down there waiting to get into this game the whole time. Tons of Rangers fans ready for this game 5. And they're here, like you said, an hour early. And you're going to hear dinging of all these tickets being scanned for probably 7,000 times coming into this game, as tickets were almost sold out. But getting to this point in the playoffs, the Rangers have been really the favored team in the Western side going through the playoffs so far, especially because they made some big trades for some veteran players in January, and then they followed that up by winning the Western Conference in the regular season. Cross ice, it's now May, and the Kitchener Rangers are still in action.
If somehow people live in this region and haven't been down to a game while the team is this competitive and this strong, like, the atmosphere is second to none.
The 2026 Midwest Division and Western Conference regular season champions have rolled through the playoffs so far, sweeping their first round series with Saginaw and only falling once to the Sioux in the second round.
The first two rounds, I expected a pretty handed win over those two teams, especially Saginaw. I didn't really expect much pushback. The Sioux was a tougher team, so I expected the one game loss.
You're looking at guaranteed professional hockey players because they're just so well developed here in the OHL.
The focus for the team on the ice this year and always is to win the Memorial Cup. A bidding war with the Guelph Storm to host next year's CHL Championship tournament took up some bandwidth for the organization earlier in the year, but the Rangers followed that loss up by trading with London for veterans Sam O'Reilly and Jared Woolley, effectively committing to going for it all this season.
They took a week, maybe 2 weeks, to lick their wounds over the Memorial Cup loss that they didn't get the bid. And then it was like, you know what? We've got the team this year, the core pieces in place.
Humphrey shot! And buckle down they did.
Sam O'Reilly has come in and truly become a superstar in Kitchener, which has got to stick in the craw of London just a little bit.
O'Reilly leads the Rangers in playoff points and has banged home several game winners for the Blue Shirts.
I think he's the best player in the league. I mean, it's unbelievable watching Sam O'Reilly. It's like, pinch me.
To finish off the Belleville Bulls.
And if you're superstitious, this might be enough to convince you. The last time Kitchener won the Memorial Cup in 2003, they also finished top of the league in the season. And the last time the Rangers won the OHL title in 2008, they won the Wayne Gretzky Trophy in 5 games. Both things that the team can achieve again these playoffs. You can see all these fans are more than excited for the game. And now, of course, if the Rangers win, they head to the OHL finals. And if they lose and Windsor takes the win, then it heads back to Windsor on Sunday night for a Game 6. Tony.
All right, we'll be watching. Colton, thank you so much. CTV's Colton Weens setting up Game 5 and sort of how we got here in the Western Conference Final. Meanwhile, the OHL Eastern Conference Final, well, that's going to a Game 6 after the Brantford Bulldogs and Barrie Colts game last night ended up tied at 3 at the end of regulation, sending the teams into overtime.
Pivots in the defensive corner. Crombie takes it for Gardner. Scores! They'll go back up to 400. Brad Gardner in overtime. It's a 4-3 win for the Colts.
That would be the game winner. Brad Gardner with the goal, 13.5 minutes into overtime. Final score, 4-3 for the Barrie Colts. So Game 6 in Barrie tomorrow. Brantford leads this series 3-2. If a Game 7 is needed, that will be played on Monday back in Brantford. And that would actually be the date that the West final would go to a Game 7 too, but we don't want to think about that quite yet. We're going to check back in with Ashley Bacon at the Odd ahead of Game 5 in the West Conference tonight. Ash, when it comes to the weather, cooler outside today, so good place to be inside that arena right now.
Absolutely, Tony. Why wouldn't you want to be inside when it's so cold outside to start May off? This is the perfect night to be indoors and catch Game 5. Now, Wayne Gretzky Trophy is in the building, so it could be handed out tonight to the Rangers if they take the win and the series tonight. Very exciting times, and I know Colton just mentioned it, but as you can see behind me, the crowds are streaming in now. It is going to be a packed house here tonight. Everybody's so excited that everything is going to happen in about 45 minutes or so. Puck will drop, but as for now, everybody's getting in from out the cold and into the warm arena. Let's talk about what's happening for weather, because I know everyone outside of this arena wants to know what's going on. There is a frost advisory in play from Environment Canada. It's a yellow warning, which means patchy frost tonight and potentially tomorrow. Now, you should cover up your gardens. Plants may be damaged, of course, with the frost, so we want to take care. As we take a look at our satellite radar, you can see there's lots of precipitation all around us right now. We aren't getting any rain at the moment, but it wouldn't be a bad idea to keep an umbrella handy just in case of spotty showers throughout the overnight hours and then again tomorrow afternoon. But it's not so bad right now. We are sitting at around 8 degrees. We are sitting at about 8 degrees for Kitchener-Waterloo, and we are sitting at around 8 degrees for most of southwestern Ontario. So overall conditions aren't bad, but as I said, things are just heating up here. Tony, I'll have more from the Odd coming up a little later in the show.
Amazing. Sounds good, Ash. We'll talk to you soon. Thank you so much. Hamilton police have identified a man who was killed in a shooting last night. Police say 19-year-old Talon Williams Parkin died in the hospital from gunshot wounds. He was shot around 6:30 in the evening in an apartment on Main Street West near Caroline Street South. Investigators now believe there was an exchange of gunfire inside the building and that a suspect may have been hurt. They also say there were reports of an injured person in the area, but they haven't confirmed a link to the homicide as they search for those responsible.
Police have identified 2 suspects in connection with the shooting, and those suspects are described as follows. Suspect 1 is a male, black, short, with long dreads and a fat face. The second suspect is identified as a male, black, tall, thin, with dreads and wearing a blue face mask.
Police say the victim's family is mourning their loss, and they're asking anyone with information to come forward. Grand River Transit buses will keep operating after a tentative deal was reached last night to avert a strike. The deal between the region and Unifor Local 4304 covers more than 800 transit workers, including those who drive the buses. They had been in a legal strike position as of 12:01 this morning. The tentative deal means service will not be interrupted. A ratification vote on the deal is set for Sunday. The weather may feel like it's still playing catch-up this spring, but pothole season, well, that's right on schedule. And in Kitchener, crews say they are seeing more craters pop up this year than before, thanks to wicked weather and a series of temperature swings. CTV's Alexandra Hollick reports.
A familiar sinking feeling Kitchener drivers know all too well. Potholes plague city streets as city crews try to keep up.
This year we've more than doubled our material and staff resources to accommodate the extra potholes that have happened this year.
Yeah, there you go.
So far, the city has logged more than 1,300 pothole service requests, nearly 200 more than this time last year. But they've filled thousands using hot mix asphalt to tackle up to 300 craters every day.
We've accomplished more in the last couple of weeks than we have all of March and April.
That's because of the extreme weather and fluctuating temperatures.
I think the biggest factor this year was the heavy rainfall that happened right after the snow,
leading to moisture buildup beneath the surface.
Potholes are developed basically when the moisture gets into the asphalt and then cars drive over it over and over and over again, basically creating a void and deterioration into the asphalt.
The devilish divots are dealt with on a rolling basis, with priority given to busy roads.
The busier the street, the higher the volume of traffic is more where we send the crews first, moving into secondary roads, bus routes, and then residential areas.
People who encounter problematic potholes outside their homes or on their daily commutes are urged to report them through the City of Kitchener's website. In the meantime, crews say they'll be filling hundreds of craters every single day. Alexandra Hullock, CTV News, Kitchener.
Well, the moratorium ended today for winter utility disconnections. Ontario residents who have fallen behind on their bills could now have their services turned off. And as CTV's Scott Miller tells us, that's led to a flood of calls to assistance programs.
Today, hundreds of Ontarians will be getting a letter in the mail saying their heat and or hydro will be disconnected because of non-payment.
This absolutely happens. It's a regular practice. There is nothing to stop a utility company from disconnecting for non-payment between May 1st and November.
The winter utility disconnection moratorium ends today, which means people have been calling the United Way of Grey Bruce's utility assistance program nonstop all this week.
Our phone here at the United Way has been kind of ringing off the hook from people looking for further assistance. Many have already accessed the provincial LEAP program for 2026, but it hasn't been enough to negate the bill.
Dobbins says the United Way of Bruce Grey spends nearly $250,000 each year helping people pay their utility bills. In the first few months of this year, more than $35,000 has already gone out the door.
We look at what we're spending, so we've already spent about $17,000 more this year in this same time frame, so the first 4 months of 2026 versus what we spent in 25. And then when we look at what we spent in all of 25 versus 24, we spent over $55,000 more just helping people with their utilities in 25 than we did in 24.
After going into deficit last year, Dobbins says the United Way can only cover up to $700 for overdue oil, propane, or wood bills. Provincial or utility-specific programs can cover overdue natural gas and electricity bills. Dobbins says they cannot go into deficit covering utility bills this year.
How do you tell somebody, no, I'm sorry, you will be disconnected. No, I'm sorry, you will be cold, because we just simply do not have the money to pay that bill for you.
While Dobbins says all donations to their utility assistance program do help people, it still is just a Band-Aid on a societal issue that is seeing more and more people fall into poverty as the cost of literally everything rises.
We're seeing this snowball effect of people running out of EI, suddenly on Ontario Works going, wait, I get $733 to pay all the bills, pay the rent, feed my kids, that's it. And that's where they're at our doorstep in complete and utter crisis.
In Grey Bruce, Scott Miller, CTV News.
A big step forward for a big plan in Stratford. Just ahead, the decision by City Council that's being seen as a key step in developing the Grand Trunk site.
Well, it's another cold night outside, so why not head inside and watch a hockey game? A frost advisory issued for some of southwestern Ontario. Just where and how long this cold snap will last, I'll have those details with your full forecast coming up. Stay with us.
Download the CTV News app and stay on top of local stories as they unfold.
We go to a dramatic scene unfolding.
Customize your feed and watch live wherever you are. ctvkitchener.ca, your home for news.
A major improvement project in downtown Guelph has become a bit of a sore spot for some businesses. It started about a month ago, and some say the impact has already been significant. As CTV's Heather Centerin tells us, the city says the work must be done.
This was downtown Guelph around this time of year in 2023, and this is it today. Road closures galore as a major construction project takes over, leaving some restaurant staff wondering, where are all the customers?
The construction has really just pushed them all away.
Wimpy's Diner changed their hours because of it, now closing at 4 p.m. instead of 9 on weekdays.
People just aren't stopping in for lunch because they're just not walking around downtown as much. They're not shopping as much.
The work will happen in stages on Wyndham Street from Wellington Street in the south end all the way up to Woolwich Street in the north end. It involves replacing 100-year-old infrastructure like water mains and sewers.
So that we're also able to accommodate growth, and we're going to have reliable servicing for generations to come. As we're replacing that infrastructure, we also have the ability to then upgrade our streetscapes, make downtown more attractive.
Some businesses say it's an eyesore, but it will be worth it in the long run.
It's our time. Every city goes through it, so we got to, probably just grin and bear it and try to get through it and be positive.
Still, the timing isn't ideal, interrupting what usually is a busy patio season.
It's going to be tough. Right? There's no two ways around it.
Some places have decided to pivot.
There's one palm tree's already here. There's 2 more palm trees coming.
NV Kitchen and Bar is in the middle of building a hidden patio out back to make the most out of a tricky situation.
We're still going to have patios downtown. We are still going to be a destination for people in the summertime for their patios. Be a little louder maybe because of the construction, but we're going to be here.
The city says they're doing their best to lessen the impact of all the work.
So we have developed a construction mitigation plan to help mitigate the impacts, because we do recognize that construction is impactful. We are also making sure that we maintain pedestrian access to the businesses at all times. And we are offering complimentary parking in our Macdonell parking lot.
The work is expected to wrap up in 2028. And with Guelph set to host the Memorial Cup next year, the city says it continues to work with the organizing committee to make sure visitors can still get around to support all that Guelph has to offer. Heather Centerin, CTV News, Guelph.
And the long-awaited Grand Trunk Revitalization Project in Stratford has taken another step forward. The city says it will begin by investing $15 million in a new community hub on the site of the former rail yard. As we hear from CTV's Jeff Pickle, the decision allows more serious planning to begin.
It's a large 18-acre parcel near the center of Stratford that has sat nearly empty for decades. But after a council meeting this week, the city says they're taking concrete steps to get work started at the Grand Trunk site.
And Monday night was really around making some commitments, some key commitments. The first commitment was committing some dollars to the process, really around the community facility.
The city pledging $15 million for a shared community facility to be used by the YMCA and the Stratford Public Library.
And that really lets us take our partners and move the project from a high-level thinking strategy to now let's deep dive, really look at design, really look at functionality and operational pieces of this project and move it along.
They anticipate this part of the project will cost up to $55 million, with the rest of the money coming from the Y, the library, and upper levels of government. According to Mayor Martin Ritzma, this is the start of a multi-phased approach that will eventually see the entire property revitalized.
The old saying, how do you eat an elephant? One small bite at a time, and that $15 million represents a commitment to a small, another step in that in this whole project.
Many in the community, including local architect Robert Ritz, have developed plans for the building. Mayor Ritzma says they are not at that point just yet.
And we've had some amazing proposals come forward, which, when the time comes forward for that, us go out to developers, those ideas, those plans can be brought forward. We respect them all.
The city says the $15 million investment is a key to kickstarting this project, but they say another major priority will be bringing the provincial and federal governments on board.
This $15 million will send, I think it does two things. One, it sends a message to the feds and the province that, yeah, we want a partner, and they'd like to see money in the game, skin in the game. But also, I think that overarching kind of plan sends a message to developers, yes, this is our vision, and are you in?
Along with the funding, the city will also start on a parking plan and will make inquiries with developers. There are still no timelines for when construction will begin. Jeff Pickle, CTV News, Stratford.
Live look toward downtown Kitchener from our tower camera, and kind of a beautiful skyline tonight as we approach sunset in about an hour and a half from now. Not so beautiful temperatures, though, when it comes to the overnight low tonight and tomorrow night. Yeah, we could be some record-setting cold is what we might be experiencing over the weekend. Ashley's got those details in just a couple of minutes. Also ahead, the list of air travel complaints is longer than ever, so what's the government's latest plan to hold airlines accountable? Next, a closer look at a new plan to get Canadian oil into the U.S. Ashley Bacon, it is getting busier and busier down there at the Odd. Big playoff game tonight for the Rangers, and good place to be because we're really not missing that much outside. It's going to be a pretty chilly night.
You got it, Tony. It is packed in here. It's going to be a full house tonight, and puck drop is just about a half an hour away, so fans are really streaming in. And as Colton mentioned earlier in the show, that parking lot was full early, so it was a good idea to get here a little early so that you didn't have to walk miles to get to the arena. But as you said, outside the arena is colder tonight than it should be on May 1st, so let's talk a little bit about what we should be seeing. Now, earlier today, we did speak with Joe Birch, who's the COO of the Rangers, and he had lots to say about what it took to get to Game 5 and what it means to the organization to be here tonight. Take a listen. All right, we're just ahead of Game 5, and the Wayne Gretzky Trophy is now in the building. Now, thinking back a little earlier in the year, of course, the Memorial Cup was a big talk about for the Rangers organization. Lost out on hosting next year, but it looks like you're on track to maybe be there anyway this year. Is it a bit of a bittersweet moment in that sense?
Yeah, and you know, there's still a lot of work to be done for sure. We have to finish this series first, and if we're fortunate enough to get through this squad, you know, whoever's waiting for us out of the East is going to be a really good hockey team. But I know that our group is highly motivated, and part of it is related to what happened earlier this year. And we have an amazing group of players and staff who are ready to go.
Now, of course, we've got to talk about your veteran players. When we spoke just ahead of Game 1, you talked about the impact your veteran players were having in this postseason. What have you seen from them so far in this series that's made the difference? Yeah,
you know, they have. It hasn't changed, and I think that's been really important. You know, Jack Pridham had a bit of a monkey on his back at that point when we talked, and he's broken out of that by scoring a few goals. And once again, guys like Sam O'Reilly and Dylan Edwards and Matthew Andonovski and Jared Woolley, and you know, although he's a first-year player, Kristen Kirsch has been unbelievable. And but I think the strength of us has been our team, and the leadership provided by the older players is critical. But our young guys, you know, Cam Reed's not young, he's our captain, but the play of these players collectively is our strength, and that's sort of our secret sauce here. And it's something that we're really fortunate to have, and it's something that I know UC and the hockey staff will continue to lean on, is all 24 of them, not just the 5 or the 6 guys.
How important is it to have the series decider here in front of a home crowd? Well,
it's special, and you know, we all have these little bit of butterflies in our stomach right now, myself included, and I don't have to get out there. So, you know, it doesn't happen often, and to get here is really humbling. And there's 19 other teams or 16 other teams that I guess would like to be in this position. Our fans deserve it, and our players deserve it. So let's see what happens.
Now, I want to talk to you a little bit about the people behind the scenes, you know, not the players, but the fans, the billet families, the staff here at the arena. How much of an impact is it, you know, to have their support throughout the season and throughout the postseason, and what does that all play a role for on the bench?
Well, I mean, first of all, our fans have been unbelievable since day 1 in September. We've had tremendous fan support, and we really, really appreciate that. But you're right, behind the scenes, everything from our billets to our parents to our business staff, the ushers in the building, the city of Kitchener. I mean, the downtown is lit up in our colors with flags, and I think that's really special, and it just speaks to the tremendous support the entire region has for this hockey club. And so it's far beyond just the 24 players or the 30 staff or whatever the case is, but it's really community owned, and we're really fortunate to be in this spot.
Thanks, Jeff.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Some great insight there from Joe. Okay, taking a look at what's happening across the weather world tonight. Frost warning in effect for most of southwestern Ontario. Patchy frost likely again to happen Saturday night. So this weekend, cover up your plants, cover up your garden. We could definitely see some damage to your trees and crops if the frost comes into play. As we turn to our future cast, there's not too much going on. We've got a little bit of patchy showers that will occur through the overnight hours, but overall, not too bad. We might see a bit of cloud cover first thing tomorrow morning, but essentially Saturday will be a repeat as to what we saw today. Mostly sunny conditions, cooler temperatures, the chance for some spotty precipitation. Now, if that precipitation happens to come early in the morning, it could actually convert to flurries, but luckily enough, the sun will be out. It's not going to stick around, so don't panic too much. As we take a look at what's happening around southwestern Ontario right now, 7 degrees in Waterloo region, 8 for London and Ridgetown, just 6 degrees in Windsor. This might be the first time we've been warmer than Windsor in the last few days. As we get into our overnight, almost an exact repeat of last night. -2, the expected low, feeling closer to -6 with the wind chill. But as we get into tomorrow's temperatures, we will see them rise to around not too warm, but around 7 degrees. And as I said, a chance for snow and rain. As we take a look at the almanac, it is going to be around sunsetting at 8:24 p.m. 2008, we set a record for -4.3, but we could absolutely reach or break that record this hour. As we look at our 7-day forecast for Waterloo region, a snow and rain mix tomorrow, showers Sunday, but just a small percentage. 13 is the expected daytime high, 18 on Monday. As we turn to the Windsor area, Lambton, Kent, Essex, temperatures are slightly warmer there, but not overly. We aren't going to see too much variation, but it still will be cool at night. So make sure you take those plants in, as I say, and keep an umbrella close by. And lastly, in southern Georgian Bay, you're going to have a little bit of a cooler night Saturday, -6. We might see a record broken there as well, but things are cooling off out there and heating up in here as the teams are taking to the ice for warm-ups now. Puck drop, as I said, Tony, just about a half an hour away, and there are some pretty excited fans here, as you can see behind me. I've got text just behind our camera operator, Dave, here. It's a busy night here at the Odd on a Friday.
Sure is. You can feel the energy. Okay, Ash, thank you very much. We'll check in with you again toward the end of the show. As the world sees record high oil prices, a new pipeline is being revived in North America out of canceled Keystone XL parts. U.S. President Trump signing an order authorizing a proposed project to transport Canadian oil across the border. CTV's Judy Trin looks at the economic spillover effect.
This is a presidential permit authorizing the Bridger pipeline.
U.S. President Donald Trump approves a permit for the Bridger pipeline, a new take on a project scrapped by Joe Biden.
Slightly different than the last administration.
After years of pressure from environmental groups and indigenous communities, the first Keystone pipeline was canceled in 2021. Now, under Trump, construction of the new pipeline would take a different route, running along the Montana-Saskatchewan border before a south turn towards Wyoming. The Bridger pipeline would connect the Northern Link owned by Alberta's South Bow Corporation to deliver much more crude oil to the Americans.
A huge new export capacity, probably about 550,000 barrels is the nameplate capacity, and certainly echoes the Keystone XL that had so many issues.
It's potentially going to be on stream by 2029 to early 2030, so pretty quick turnaround as opposed to a brand new pipeline taking at least 8 years.
On social media, Alberta's premier said it took years of advocacy. Danielle Smith said after signing the Canada-Alberta Energy Agreement and the lifting of the federal oil and gas cap, hard work is paying off. Speaking in Calgary, the Minister of Natural Resources spoke of a bright energy future.
This government and Canadians now understand that energy is the engine of Canada's economy.
But there was a pipeline rupture in 2022 in Kansas. More reason, environmental groups say, to oppose this new project.
The developers are hoping that this project will pick up where Keystone left off, but they may regret that because this project is going to meet with the same opposition that Keystone did.
As for the Canadian partner in this, Calgary-based Southbow, it says it's still waiting for more consultation from commercial partners as well as more regulatory approvals. Judy Trin, CTV News, Ottawa.
What's getting cut back to keep up with rising gas prices? Just ahead, a reality check on the cost to some Canadians from these gas prices.
A Day is back on 105.3 Virgin Radio. Listen to Jeff KP and Backstage Ben for your chance to win $5,000 every weekday. 5K a day. Virgin Radio.
As the Iran war enters its second month, gas prices are only getting worse. And with those costs so high, CTV's Adrian Gobriel finds out what some drivers are giving up.
With gas prices soaring, Canadians are feeling less than fulfilled at the pumps.
It's ridiculous, to be honest.
When you look at the price on the pump, what goes through your mind?
Am I going to have to put my car away for a bit?
What we're paying is a direct result as to what's going on in the Middle East.
The war in Iran and the subsequent closure of the Strait of Hormuz, where 20% of the world's oil normally travels through, has sent prices peaking.
I paid $170.
CTV News crunched the numbers. An average size vehicle has about a 50-liter gas tank. Most Canadians fill up once per week. The cheapest national average for gas so far this year is about $1.22 per liter. Over a 12-month period, that would run you about $3,172 in gas per year. On the high end, the national average now sits at about $1.84 per liter. If the high price sticks around, it would cost an average of about $4,784 a year at the pumps. That's a difference of $1,612.
I think it's going to get much higher. I see $2 a liter as not only a possibility, it's a probability at this stage.
The potential increase has some drivers already cutting back on other expenses. You'd have to cut back on activities with your family.
Yes, I'm going to have to, due to the fact that the gas prices are affecting us a lot.
My meat consumption has gone down significantly, and for me, there needs to be an offset.
Those watching the market say there's a belief that elevated prices could be the new normal for several more months.
I can see this going to the end of the year. Merry Christmas.
Analysts tell us that even if the Strait of Hormuz was reopened today, it would take at least 2 months before we see any meaningful decrease in the price here at the pumps. Adrian Gobriel, CTV News, Toronto.
Well, the federal government says it has a plan to tackle the massive backlog of air travel complaints. It's now close to 100,000. Travelers have long been calling for action to speed up the process, which in some cases takes years before being resolved. Among the measures announced, stiffer fines. CTV's Abigail Beeman reports.
Delayed till 12:45, then delayed till 1:10 a.m.
Frequent flyer Robert Walker says he's collected so many delay and cancellation messages from airlines he can write a book.
You get nowhere, it takes forever. I haven't got time to worry about it, and I just don't believe that anything will ever be done.
He's not optimistic about the federal government's commitment to better handle air travel complaints, included in the spring economic update.
We put in place a system that, in hindsight, was onerous, expensive, took too long.
The Fed's now proposing to quadruple the fines airlines could face to a maximum of $1 million. Clear the complaint backlog by using a third party based on the successful model in the UK and EU, and simplify the complaint process.
The exemptions, the lack of clarity, the confusion the loopholes.
Since January, the Canadian Transportation Agency tells CTV News it's received more than 1,000 complaints every week. That backlog now stands at 97,000, and it can take more than 2 years for your complaint to be reviewed.
This is really, I would argue, the first time that we've seen the government acknowledge that the system itself needs to be reformed. And so we're encouraged by that.
The National Airlines Council of Canada told us that before new details about much bigger fines emerged Friday and wouldn't share updated reaction.
I don't believe the government.
While this air passenger rights advocate says Ottawa is offering smoke and mirrors.
The government is essentially trying to solve a PR problem. When they are going to privatize it, they will be able to shake their finger at whatever third party is running the adjudication process and say, you are not doing your job well.
Gabor Lukács says the reason the system works better in Europe isn't because of a third-party system, but rather easy-to-follow rules about whether compensation is owed, which he would like to see in Canada. Abigail Beeman, CTV News, Ottawa.
All right, Leanne Evans in studio as we recap our top stories, although I know both of us would probably love to be at the Odd right now. Man, the energy there. Big night for the Rangers.
I said to Ashley during the 5, I'm a little jealous of her assignment. She gets to be there and all the fun, and we're here in the studio.
I know.
But
we'll
hey,
draw the right straw next time.
Someone gets that assignment, and it's going to be a good one because the Rangers are going into this one 3-1 up on the Windsor Spitfires. Puck drop about just 20 minutes away now, and we could see the fans pouring into the Odd there a little bit earlier. A win on home ice will have the Rangers hoisting the Wayne Gretzky Trophy for the first time in 18 years. A loss tonight, of course, means they will head back to Windsor for Game 6 on Sunday. Grand River Transit buses will keep operating after a tentative deal was reached last night to avert a strike. The deal between the region and Unifor Local 4304 covers more than 800 transit workers, including those who drive the buses. They had been in a legal strike position as of 12:01 this morning. The tentative deal means service won't be interrupted. A ratification vote on the deal is set for Sunday.
And online from our digital team, Leanne, we've got an update on a story about a young man and an effort to collect jars of peanut butter for a great cause.
Yeah, you may remember Caleb. Well, he's been collecting peanut butter jar donations for Food for Kids Waterloo Region. His initial goal, 200 jars, and he has already far surpassed that. To find out how many he's collected and more about his effort, you can scan the QR code, download the CTV News app, or go to ctvnewskitchener.ca. The perfect Friday story that we all need, and Caleb is doing a great job, so kudos to him.
You know, a shout out to our digital team, Shelby and Jen. They've always got the good news stories that we want to see.
Yeah, and we all need a little bit of that in our lives.
Sure do. Thanks, Leanne.
Thank you.
Well, it's been a decade since a couple of capybaras escaped from Toronto's High Park Zoo. Remember that story? It created all kinds of buzz throughout the city and beyond. Now the caper has inspired a video game. CTV's Corey Barrett explains.
The search is on. 10 years ago, the unlikeliest of jailbreaks catapulted the capybara from obscure South American rodent to Toronto's top news.
Live over High Park, where those 2 young capybaras are still missing.
In the 30 days it took to capture the cappies, social media exploded with sightings and speculations citywide.
It popped out onto the street here.
It swam directly from the tree right up to where I'm standing now.
We heard that they escaped. It's all gone.
A decade later, they've escaped again. In video game form, that is. You can call off the search parties. Cappy Castaway is the brainchild of indie developer Saffron Aurora. You play as a lost capybara trying to find your way off of a replica of Toronto Island.
I love Toronto, so any way that I can sort of represent where I'm from, I like doing that.
The Queen Street Viaduct, the DVP Rainbow Tunnel, even TTC streetcars among the game's many Toronto Easter eggs.
You can see one of our references over here. This is Nest Fred's. I'm actually going to do this one over here, which is Fran's Diner, if you're familiar with Fran's. We've got a little Timmy's cup, our coffee cup. It's a winning cup! Would you look at that? We do have a few, I would say, Toronto Animals celebrity references. Conrad the raccoon makes an appearance. Something I would like to add is the IKEA monkey.
The video game industry is volatile, so success is hardly guaranteed. But there could be gold in these hills. Capybara cafes do big business in Japan, so maybe the world's just been waiting for our own ode to the rodent.
I think the capybara is a friend to all animals. It's very like loaf-shaped and it's very approachable.
Cappy Castaway will be available for download later this year. Corey Baird, CTV News, Toronto.
Well, that is an interesting update. Some of us were saying we remember so well reporting on that Capybara story. Can't believe it's been a decade. Win or go home. That's the situation the Toronto Raptors are in tonight. We will check in on their NBA playoff run coming up next. It's a must-win situation for the Toronto Raptors tonight as they prepare for Game 6 of their first-round playoff series with Cleveland. A win would force a Game 7 in Cleveland on Sunday. A loss, and it's over for the Raptors. Here's CTV's Sean Leathong.
It's the day of Game 6, and the Raptors are facing elimination. How do you feel about this game?
I just hope we win.
But fans outside Scotiabank Arena are more confident than you might think.
I'm feeling great, honestly. From what I've seen from the boys the last couple of games, they really want it. Super hyped. I think we got this in the bag.
Positive we're going to win home court. We're going to pull it off and go for Game 7.
The reason that fans give is a feeling around this team that being down is something they're built to handle. They're on the brink of elimination, though. You're not nervous at all?
No, I think we got it at home. The fans are going to hype up everyone. I think the players know what the crowd's like, and we're going to get a win out here.
Well, I think we're just playing harder. We wanted more than these guys, and we're in Toronto where we got all the fans going. We're going to be good.
I think the boys are going to be super ready to and be hungry to win tonight and keep it going.
At shoot-around this morning, RJ Barrett agreed with fans in saying an elimination game suits their style.
We've always been a team that fights and scraps, so I think an elimination game just kind of fits into, the personality of this team.
In this series, the home team has won every game. The Raptors losing Game 5 in Cleveland after having won 2 in a row at home to tie the series. Jacoby Walters says this young team was finding its footing in the first playoff games, but experience has come quickly.
Everybody can tell you about how different the playoffs are, but you kind of got to go through it yourself. So just getting that experience.
The team may have to do it without star Brendan Ingram, who's listed as doubtful with a sore right heel, but fans aren't worried.
You look at it also as an opportunity for other people to be able to step up.
Other guys will have to step up. We'll be fine.
Who's going to be the best for the Raptors tonight?
Scotty Barnes.
Are they going to do it?
Yeah.
And Barrett, who's from Mississauga, says the crowd in Toronto is always an advantage, leaving with a message for fans.
Keep doing what you're doing. We love y'all.
Big night for the Raptors and a big night back here for the Rangers, Ashley, who have a chance to send their opponents, the Windsor Spitfires, packing tonight.
Oh, man, Tony, lots going on in the sports world and lots going on outside of the arena, too. May 1st bringing some frost with it. I'll have details on what we're going to wake up to first thing Saturday morning just after this break. Stay with us.
Start your night off with E-Talk at 7, followed by The Big Bang Theory. Then take a break from The Big Bang Theory to watch Celebrity Jeopardy All-Stars. Then it's back to Sheldon in the Game for 9 and 9:30. And cap your night off with Boston Blue at 10.
Well, hello there, you.
Hello, you. Happy Friday.
Happy Friday. We've brought the whole cast together here as we send things over to Ashley because it's all hands on deck as we turn over to the odd one more time, Ash, to set up Game 5 tonight, surrounded by fans.
Oh, yeah, Tony, Leanne, it is a busy night here. Puck drop in just a few minutes. And as you can see behind me, the crowd is big tonight. It's going to be a packed house. It's so exciting. Let's take a quick look at our weather board because I know these guys want to do some cheering. So as we look at tomorrow morning, mainly sunny conditions, below 0 when we first wake up, but by 10 a.m., temperatures are going to start to climb. So colder conditions tomorrow, but sunny. But right now, inside, it's warming up, isn't it, guys? And what do we have to say? Let's go Rangers! One more time. Let's go Rangers! I don't think they were loud enough, Tony.
No, let's do it again.
Let's go Rangers!
Yes! So it's going to be, this is the place to be tonight on a Friday night, Tony.
It sure is. All right, Ash, thank you so much. Yeah, Rangers fans decked out, ready to go. game face on, cheers ready. That building, the roof is going to like jump off of that building tonight.
Too. And you saw how decked out the fans are. I love some of the outfits,
Mm-hmm.
the enthusiasm. It kind of feels like we're there.
It kind of does. It kind of does. Without actually being there. And of course, just to run through this scenario again, and this is what Rangers fans hope won't happen, but we'd have a game 6 and 7 situation. I believe it's Sunday and Monday.
Yeah, Sunday in Windsor, Monday back home in Kitchener, if needed.
If needed, and if the other series goes to a game 7, Monday's going to be off the charts with 2 game 7s. But that could not happen if the Rangers win tonight.
Yeah, the Rangers could win tonight. Karis Mapp is also over at the Odd. She's going to bring us the full highlights and coverage and fan reaction, player reaction, coaches at 11:30.
It's all hands on deck today. We have got you covered for this consequential game for the Kitchener Rangers. So Leanne will be back tonight at 11:30 with all of that right after the CTV National News. But why don't we relive what was, such a heartbreakingly close loss for the Lily Trophy.
This one was a tough one. I mean, it's been a week of local sports, but wow, the Titans played an amazing game. 90-89, 1 point.
Oh,
crucial.
I was seeing your notes flying around about that the other night, and I thought, to lose is one thing, but to take it about as far as you can go, it reminds you of the Jays World Series run last year.
Exactly that, Tony. And you know what? There's not much to be upset about when you take it that far. You put your heart and soul on the line, and it just, sometimes you come up short, but fans had a positive attitude.
So let's go Titans, let's go Rangers, and Leanne will have you covered tonight for the Rangers game at 11:30. Take care.
Have a good weekend.